Hi everyone, myself Alan Roy from CNTC, rule number 4. Today I am going to explain on the topic related to data analytics. The problem statement which is given to me is load Toyota.csv file using Seaborn library, mention the size and drop NaN values, mention title, X label, Y label. So before going into the code, let us understand what are the Python libraries and how we need to import it. So the Python libraries are NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and Seaborn. NumPy is used for working with arrays. NumPy is basically known as numerical Python. It is an open source platform. Pandas, it is used for processing data files and it is basically used in data science. Matplotlib is used for plotting graphs for visualization, amazing visualization in 2D. It is a Python library of NumPy. Seaborn, it is used for preparing statistical graphs. It is basically a Python library of Matplotlib. Now let us move into the code and understand more deep. So here NumPy, we are importing all the Python libraries. That is import NumPy as NP, import Pandas as PD, import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, Seaborn as SNS, and we are setting the SNS theme color underscore red code equal to true. Cars underscore data, we are reading the data. So the pd.read is we are reading the data from the data frame, and .csv file is converting the data into a data sheet. Car underscore data dot head is reading the top 5 columns of the data sheet. So let us run it. So basically cars underscore data dot head is reading all the top 5 columns. Now second is cars underscore data dot shape. Here it is basically a row into columns. So in the data sheet we have 1436 rows into 10 columns. Now we have the problem statement is given as using displot graph. So displot is the distribution plot graph. It is basically used through SNS, that is Seaborn. SNS.displot cars underscore data age variable we are declaring, and we are writing KD equal to true, bins equal to 5, color equal to red, and we are giving the title of the graph as age versus density. Here KD equal to true, that is the curvy lines which is representing, and KD ranges from 0 to 80. So basically we have bins 5. So when we divide 80 by 5, it is 16. So every bin has 16 values and the midpoint of 16 is 8. So on every 8 point, the curvy lines is passing through this midpoint. This is what it is meant in this graph. So the second problem statement is name the best tools used in data analysis. Let us go one by one. First is Python language, R language, Tableau Public, SAS, Apache Spark, Excel, and RapidMiner. Now let us understand in deep what are these language tools used in data analysis. Python is a widely used general purpose high level programming language. It is used in web development, data science, creating softwares, prototypes, and so on. R language is a programming language used for data analysis and statistics. It is widely used by professional statisticians. It has its own functions and procedures. Tableau Public. Data analysis is very fast using this tool, that is Tableau Public, and it is formed. It presents visualizations in the form of the dashboards and worksheets. SAS stands for Statistical Analysis System. This is system software for data analysis and report writing. Basically, it is used for report writing, and it is a group of computer programs that works together. Apache Spark is an open source distributed processing system used for big data workloads. Excel. Excel is a Microsoft Excel is one of the top tools for data analysis, which has been widely used and which is hands-free tool. RapidMiner is a free of charge and open source software. So now let us start with the third problem statement. Explain the concept of a correlation matrix. Basically, correlation matrix is between two coefficients between variables, that is continuous variables. Each cell in the table shows the correlation between two variables. It is used to summarize data as an input and more advanced analysis. Usually diagnostic for advanced analysis, which is basically visualization. Now let us move into the code and understand the correlation matrix between the variables. So here we are importing all the Python libraries, that is pandas spd, pd.options.mode, chain assignment equal to none, data frame equal to pd.read underscore csv, which is reading the data sheet, and dot csv is used for reading the data. Now data frame content iris data frame data sheet is loaded here. We are importing Seaborn as Python library and matplotlib as PLT, and we are again reading data frame dot head, which is counts the first five columns of the data sheet. So let us run it. So it is displaying the first five columns 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 data frame. Now let us move on to the data frame dot correlation, that is data frame dot core bracket. Now what does that mean? It is a function used to find the relation between different variables of a data sheet. Now to find a difference between these variables, continuous variables are used, and we are using here Pearson correlation. Pearson correlation is one type of a correlation which is basically used, and Pearson correlation is the formula for Pearson correlation. How it is calculated is basically the ratio of covariance of x comma y divided by the standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. So let us run the data frame here. So it is giving sepal length centimeter, sepal length width centimeter, petal length centimeter, and petal length width centimeter. These all are giving the relation between variables, and all these are continuous variables. Now let us move on to the heat map to display the correlation. Here anode equal to true is the notation, means that the boxes colored in this heat map is the, and we are giving it as 2, so it is highlighted, and the correlation range is displayed from -1 to 1. For -1 it is negatively high, and for +1 it is positively, and for 0 it is neutral. So let us run this sun as heat map. So in this heat map we can see the sepal length centimeter, sepal width, the variable, and for all the diagonal it is always 1 and 1 and 1. That is the between the sepal length centimeter and sepal width centimeter, and the values always comes as 1. The fourth problem statement is data visualization in Python. This is the topic which I have chosen from the DS syllabus. Now let us understand the problem statements. What is data visualization? Advantages of data visualization. What are the types of data visualization? What is the objective of data visualization and what are the different libraries for data visualization? Let us go one by one. What is data visualization? It is basically the graphical representation of information and data. So the all the graphs which we see, that is histogram, every graph, bar graph, all these are the two graphical representation for clear and effective visual representation. It is uses visual elements such as charts, graphs, and maps. It helps to understand hard concept easily using data visualization, which is in 2D and 3D. Now let us move on to the next topic, that is advantages of data analysis. First, the advantage is that it has better analysis. It can be quick actions, identifying patterns, finding errors. We can understand the story, exploring business insights. It is mainly used for business insights, grasping the latest trends. Let us understand each of this one by one. What is better analysis? Data visualization helps the business stakeholders for their report and marketing strategies and product interest, how they need to go and what all the problems and reports they have been occurred through the graphs. Quick actions. Data visualization allows makers to quickly notice the new data which has been inside and take necessary actions for their business development. Identifying the new patterns. Visualization always allows us to identify a very new pattern in the system which is currently and provide the greater meaning to it. Finding errors. Visualization help your data quickly identifying any errors in the data, and which helps us for the business and insights and suggest the wrong actions. Understanding the storytelling is the purpose. By designing the visual statics, it can help the audience to understand more clearly and efficiently. Exploring business insights, which I have mentioned earlier, it is mainly used in business for understanding the graphs, charts, pie charts, and improving the insights of a company. Grasping the latest trends. It helps to improve the business insights by providing the best visual data. Providing the best visual data means providing the best data like graphs, pie charts, scatter plots, and everything. Now let us move on to the third problem statement, which are the types of data visualization. There are basically so many types of data visualization, but the most eight are bubble chart, scatter plot, pie chart, heat map, histogram, bar graph, line chart, and column chart. Let us understand these types of data visualization in detail. First is column chart. This is the diagram. This is the diagram for a column chart. A column chart is the one common type of data visualization tools. It is basically an horizontal column x-axis measured with the vertical y-axis and on the left side of the chart. Now the down diagram, which is basically a line chart. It is used for revealing trends, progress, changes that occur over the time. It works better when your data is continuous with starts and stops. It is basically used in what we can say is on market strategies and on exactly in market strategies it has been used. Bar graph, this is the diagram for bar graph. Bar graph is easy to compare. It compares the sets of between two different groups and at a glance, and graph replaces categories on one axis and then discrete values at the other end. It also shows the comparison of numbers on quarterly years. We can show the comparison between the data. This is the scatter plot. Is a type of plot, a mathematical diagram used like Cartesian coordinates to display values to variables of a data set. Scatter plots are mainly used for observing relations between different variables. This is used to understand the relation, which is a correlation between the two variables. And the dots is in the scatter plot is used for representing the visual individual data points. Now let us understand the heat map. This is the diagram for the heat map. which we have implemented in the third problem statement. It is a two-dimensional representation of data used by colors, annotations, which we have given as annotations equal to true. It is basically the color of the boxes. A simple heat map provides a immediate visual summary of the information. Based on the color, we can clearly understand the information and what are these color boxes mean. Pie chart. This is basic. This is a common graph which is being used nowadays. And pie chart is to number static number and divided into categories. It is basically divided into many categories constituting its portions. It is used in market share, expenditure, customer device usage, and online traffic sources. Bubble chart. It is a multivariable graph that is cross between scatter plot and proportional area chart. So basically, it is a difference between a scatter plot and proportional area chart. It uses Cartesian coordinate system to plot points, x-axis and y-axis, x1, y1, next to y2. Histogram. It is a bar graph representation, exactly like a bar graph, but it contains columns along the x-axis. It is mainly used in technical analysis to indicate the changes in momentum. Now let us move on to the next problem statement. What is the main objective of data visualization? So the diagram is clearly, we can understand that how the graph, how the insights are, we can clearly understand by looking into a graph. It is the practice of translating information into a visual context in 2D and 3D, such as a map or a graph. It helps us to communicate to the communicate clearly, efficiently, and effectively in the form of graphs. Now let us understand the different data visualizations library which are used, and these are the Python libraries which are used: Matplotlib, Pandas, Seaborn, ggplot, and Plotly. Now let us understand this one by one. What is Matplotlib? It is a plotting library used for creating charts, bar charts, and it is used. It is an Python library of NumPy. It is imported as import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. Pandas, it is an open source platform and created for using 2D frames. It is basically used in data science, and it has a clear visualization of creating plots on data frame and series. It is an higher level API than Matplot, and it is basically imported as import pandas as PD. Seaborn is a data visualization library based on Matplotlib. It is a Python library of Matplotlib. It is good for preparing statistical graphs. Mainly statistical graphs is prepared using Seaborn, and it is imported as import Seaborn as SNS, and it is a good working interface with Panda data frames. It mainly uses pandas data frames. ggplot is a Python implementation of grammar of graphics. GG is mainly known as grammar of graphics. It is used components creating for data visualization, is data acoustics and geometric objects. ggplot is a data visualize which breaks graphs into a semantic components such as scales and layers. It basically divides a graph into scales and layers so that we get a clear insight about it. It is basically imported as from plot9.data import mpg. From plot9.data, it is a package and it is importing from that. From plot9 import ggplot. Now Plotly is a Python library, and it is very interactive and open source plotting library that suppose around 40 unique charts. There are so many charts, which is histogram, graph, bar charts, scatter plots, all the graphs which we have seen earlier. It is mainly used in Plotly. A plot covers of statistical, financial, geographic, scientific, and it also uses 3D dimensions. it is imported as import plotly dot graph underscore objects as go. So these were the problem statements. I hope now it is clear and the concept is clear. That's all. Thank you.